What's going on, gang members? Welcome back to another Top 10 series on my channel. And today we're going to be reviewing, thanks to my buddy Craighead Pro, who made a video about the PS2 being the top selling console of all time. We're going to do the top 10 PS2 games of all time. And today I'm going to try it a different way, my video, to see if I can shorten it up a little bit for you guys, keep you guys entertained, and, you know, not use too much of your time making it a 20-minute long video. So I'm going to try it a different way today. We're going to get right into it. Our first one is going to be we have two honorable mentions, as always. Our first honorable mention is going to go to one of my favorite sports games for the PS2, and it was really fun to play, and that is going to be SSX Tricky. Now, if you're not familiar with SSX Tricky, it is a snowboarding game, and the stuff you could do in this game was absolutely insane. Like, it was so fun to play, and it really didn't require that much skill at all, honestly. It really did not. It was really fun to play. I don't know, it just had this feel to it, and it was just so much fun. Like, if you've never played any SSX games, pick up SSX Tricky. You won't be sorry. It's a lot of fun, and I absolutely enjoyed it. I need to actually play it again, but it's just crazy all the stuff you can do in it. But anyway, moving right along, our next honorable mention is going to be Resident Evil 4. Now, I didn't rate Resident Evil 4 very high at all. I put it in the honorable mentions because I love Resident Evil 4. I think it's a great game, don't get me wrong. But the problem that I have with Resident Evil 4 is it has been milked very badly. Like, Capcom has tried to suck out every ounce of life they can out of Resident Evil 4. They have updated and patched it I don't know how many times, and they have re-released it 9 times is how many times they have re-released this game. They've done minor updates to it and re-released it 9 times. So that's why it's in the honorable mentions, but it originally came out for the GameCube, but this game was much better in my opinion on the PS2. It was a lot of fun to play. If you've never played Resident Evil 4, go check it out. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, guys, moving right along into the top 10, our number 10 spot, excuse me, the number 10 spot on our list is going to go to Devil May Cry. Now, if you've never played Devil May Cry, it's another Capcom game. It's a hack and slash kind of game. Got the camera angles of old school Resident Evils. It was a lot of fun to play. You really have to sit down and play it in order for it to make sense. Otherwise, it's not really going to make any sense, and you have to pay attention to it while you're playing it. Otherwise, you're just going to be lost, and it's not going to make any sense at all. But Devil May Cry comes in at the number 10 spot. It's definitely worth checking out. Our number 9 spot is going to go to probably one of the scariest games I've ever seen, and that's going to go to Silent Hill 2. Now, Silent Hill 2, I never got all the way through it, but I definitely want to go back and play it again. From what I can remember, this game was scary as shit. It didn't pick up off the first one. Like, if that's what you're thinking, it didn't have anything to do with the first Silent Hill, but it definitely did very well. I actually think I think Silent Hill 2 was actually rated better than the first one. I think it was actually the best rated one out of all the Silent Hill games. But definitely go check it out, guys. If you've never played Silent Hill 2, go check it out and definitely pick it up and play it. Okay, guys, our number 8 spot is going to go to Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Now, I wanted to put a good fighting game in here, and Shaolin Monks is a different kind of Mortal Kombat. Whatever you think you know about Mortal Kombat, if you've never played Shaolin Monks, forget it. Like I said, whatever you think you know about Mortal Kombat, throw it out if you've never played Shaolin Monks. It's a action, like, beat 'em up type game, really. Like, you play as either Liu Kang or shit, what the hell is that other guy's name? Kung Lao, excuse me. You play as either Liu Kang or Kung Lao, and it's, like I said, it's a beat 'em up style game. You still have classic Mortal Kombat fights in it. You can still perform fatalities, everything else. I mean, it's a really fun game to play. It can be very hard, though. Like, if you have not been leveled up in it, like if you don't get leveled up in it, it can be extremely hard and extremely frustrating. But it's also a lot of fun because you can play it 2-player co-op. Alright, guys, moving along, the number 7 spot is going to go to the first real amazing game that Rockstar came out with. Now, Rockstar did very well with their others, but this was groundbreaking for them, and that is going to go to Grand Theft Auto 3. Now, Grand Theft Auto had been around long before Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, but 3 really stood out. It was a new kind of Grand Theft Auto. It didn't have the shitty over-the-head camera angle. Everybody looked like ants and little pissers on the screen. But Grand Theft Auto 3 was groundbreaking for Rockstar because it was something new. It was something that they had never done before. And Grand Theft Auto 3 caught a lot of flack when it came out because of how violent it was and everything else. It's a classic Rockstar game. One of the first games I actually owned. I believe it was the first game I actually owned for my PS2. So if you guys have never played Grand Theft Auto 3, pause the video. It'll still be here when you get back. Go play some Grand Theft Auto 3 and definitely enjoy it. Coming in at the number 6 spot. Number 6 is going to go to one of my personal favorite games, and that's going to go to Max Payne. Now, Max Payne is about a New York City undercover detective. His name's Max Payne. He comes home one day to find that his wife and his baby have been murdered by some junky asses, and basically he wants to know why, and he seeks out revenge, and it's just an all-around good game. Now, that's also another Rockstar game. Now, Rockstar's got a couple of them on this list, actually, but Max Payne was pretty much the groundbreaker for like bullet time in video games. Not that I know of, had any other game ever done that before. None that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure Max Payne was the first. If you've not played it, it's definitely a good game to play. It can be extremely hard at times. Now, I didn't particularly care for the second Max Payne. I guess because I never really played it that much. I only played a little bit of it, so I may need to go back and play it again. I know it's my buddy Craighead Pro. I know it's one of his favorite games. So he's really honest, and he knows exactly what he's talking about. So I'm probably going to go and check it out again because, you know, I take his word for it. He's not going to steer me wrong. So, yeah, the number 7 spot goes to, or excuse me, the number 6 spot goes to Max Payne. Now, the number 5 spot is going to go to another Rockstar game, another one of my personal favorites, and it's also a beat-em-up game, and I've done this has been on one of my other lists before for most violent video games ever made, and that's going to go to The Warriors. Now, The Warriors is a lot of fun. Like, there's no denying it. It is just a ton of fun. Rockstar did very well as far as leading up to how all the sequence of events in the movie take place. There's a ton of stuff you can do in it. They just did a phenomenal job with it. The combat system in it's done very well. You can just, use anything at your disposal to beat the shit out of people. It's a lot of fun. If you've never played The Warriors, it's also on the Xbox, but the controls are so much better on the PlayStation. But anyway, go check out The Warriors. Coming in at the number... was that the number 5? Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to go to God of War. Now, God of War, I never really played God of War when I was younger, but I know that God of War got a ton of good reviews, and I played the third one, and the third one was absolutely phenomenal. So I may end up going back and looking, because I know I'm pretty sure they have a bundle that you can buy for God of War. So I may end up going back and playing through them, because from what I understand, the first one was really good. I know the third one is good. I know it is, because I played it and I beat it. It's a phenomenal game. Moving along, we're now in the top 3. The number 3 spot goes to a game that has nothing has ever compared to it. Nothing has ever been done like it. The number 3 spot is going to go to Kingdom Hearts. Now, Kingdom Hearts was such an amazing game because it was a action RPG game, but it involved Disney characters. It involved Final Fantasy and Disney characters. And the combination of the two worked so well. It was just a phenomenal game. Like, everything that you could do in it was just absolutely amazing. Like, it was just so much fun. You got to travel around to all the different Disney worlds, like Olympus, under wherever the hell, I guess the Little Mermaid area. It just where else? Neverland. you just travel all kinds of different places in it. It's a really fun game to play, and you get to travel with Donald and Goofy. So I mean, definitely go pick up Kingdom Hearts. It's well worth playing, and Kingdom Hearts 3 is supposed to be coming out, I don't know when, but Square Enix, I know, has announced it. So we're looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3. The number 2 spot, down to the top 2 now. The number 2 spot is going to go to another one of my personal favorite games, also done by Capcom, and that is going to go to Onimusha Warlords. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, what the fuck is Onimusha? Now, Onimusha was a game that had the Resident Evil style camera angle to it, and it was another hack and slash game, kind of like Devil May Cry, but Onimusha was a samurai. Basically, the way to think about it is think of Resident Evil with samurai, and it was just a lot of fun. It was pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie, some of it was pretty hard. You play as a samurai warrior named Samanosuke, and he gets all these god powers from the gods to stop the demon invasion. That's been led, excuse me, God, I'll get it right here in a minute. The demon invasion is being led by Nobunaga Oda, and he basically sold his soul to the demons so that he could conquer the world, and basically your objective is to stop him. So definitely go check out Onimusha Warlords. If you can only find it for the Xbox, which unfortunately that's all I was able to find it for, it's titled differently. It's called Genma Onimusha. So either look up Onimusha Warlords or Genma Onimusha. And it spawned, I think, 3 sequels. Yeah, Samurai's Destiny, Demon Siege, and Dawn of Dreams. So yeah, definitely go check out Onimusha. But the number 1 spot on our list is going to go to one of my all-time favorite games. The series, there's nothing bad in the series ever. Nothing is ever bad in this series. The number 1 spot on our list today for top 10 PS2 games ever made is going to go to Metal Gear Solid Sons of Liberty. Now, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty it took a different approach. It really pushed, I feel like it really pushed the power of the PS2. Granted, I mean, the PS2 is an older system, but at the time, it was absolutely phenomenal. Like, the things the graphics in it that would shine on the PS2, especially in Metal Gear Solid 2, were absolutely phenomenal. And Metal Gear Solid 2 had one of the greatest stories of any game I've ever played. The series Metal Gear itself is absolutely phenomenal. If you're not familiar with it, go out right now and pick up Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection. It's got every single one of them except for the first one in it, and it is well worth the play. The story, you start out playing as Solid Snake, and then you move on and you end up playing as a character named Raiden. Raiden's kind of he's a okay character, I guess. He's definitely not my favorite character. Snake is obviously the man, but Raiden's okay. They played the story off in it very well. Near the end of the game, you're going to be going, what the hell is going on? You're not going to have the slightest clue what's going on, but just pay very close attention to it when you play it. But there you have it, guys. That is the top 10 PS2 games of all time. Number 1 spot going to Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure you drop a like on it, share the video. Let's get it out there. Let's try to get as many likes on this as we can, get as many shares and views on it as we can. Next week, I hope you guys will be sticking around because I'm going to be doing a Let's Play on Watch Dogs. I've been very excited about that game. I've been really looking forward to it. Hope to see you guys around, and be sure you hit the subscribe button on your way out. All right, see you guys.